From gruesome places you can stay where a girl murdered her father and stepmother, to creepy bed and breakfasts that have the spirit of a weeping nurse in the attic, we take a look at 10 motels you don't want to visit. Number 10. Magnolia Mansion. Vampires and ghosts are just a few of the creatures rumored to be at Magnolia Mansion. Should you decide to stay at this bed and breakfast, you will likely be taken advantage of by the carefree prankster ghosts. They're fond of moving people's belongings, particularly shoes. Their presence has been documented by glowing spheres in photos. Vampire Lover's Lair is the focus of many of the ghostly shenanigans. It's a beautiful and fancy room, with gold and red fabrics hung about. It also boasts a carved wooden canopy, designed to be somewhat of a replica to the king-size bed in the movie Interview with a Vampire. Number 9. Farnsworth House. Gettysburg is well known as the site of a famous presidential address and the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. It's not surprising that ghost hunters frequent the town, because of the numerous spirits that still prowl around. Many of the Civil War's deceased soldiers can be found at the Farnsworth House. With its generous hospitality and old-fashioned stylistic decor, its rooms are loaded with antiques. But if you really want to get intimate with the ghosts of Farnsworth House, you should probably try heading up to the attic. Tour guides wearing period attire will acquaint you with officers, a weeping nurse, a curious cat, and a playful young boy. Number 8. Thayer's. About an hour and a half from Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota, in a town called Annandale, you can find Thayer's Bed and Breakfast. With its beautiful lakeside views and abundant paranormal action. Should you decide to pay for the Ghost Hunting 101 bundle, your night at the Haunted Motel will include a class with teacher psychic Sharon Gamble. Lucky visitors may come across the previous proprietor from the late 19th century, Gus Thayer. He apparently likes to leave pennies around in different strange places. His wife Caroline is also rumored to frequent the premises. Elsewhere around the inn, it's even been noted that there are 3 ghost kittens that can be both seen and even heard purring. Number 7. Eliza Thompson House. Savannah, Georgia has quite a reputation amongst the haunted towns in the South, and visitors swear they have seen and heard several spirits wandering around the Eliza Thompson House. This stately manor was actually the first house built on Jones Street in 1847. It originally housed a private home, a dental office, and a doctor's office, until it was turned into a motel in 1977. Of course, rooms must be modernized throughout the years, but some things never change. For example, Confederate soldiers have been seen prowling the windows of the upper levels, and several guests have been caught off guard by a young lady in a white dress passing through the corridor. Number 6. Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast. While Lizzie Borden may not have been convicted of the murder of her dad and stepmother in 1892, in the court of public opinion, she was definitely the prime suspect of the brutal axe murders. The unsolved crime is still a mystery to this day, which brings even more attention to the fact that the ghosts of each of the 3 people involved in this crime are said to hide and wander around the house to this day. Paying customers can choose to spend the night in the rooms where the bodies of Abby and John Borden were discovered. If an overnight stay would be too much for you, you can take a simple tour between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day. Current owners embrace the supernatural residents. They actually offer college classes in ghost hunting, and of course have a historical gift shop on location where you can buy an espresso mug, a book, a t-shirt, or our personal favorite, the Lizzie Borden bobblehead, complete with her very own hatchet. Number 5. General Stanton Inn. Dating back to the days of the early settlers in the New World, the Stanton Inn is a historic spot in Rhode Island. Built in 1667, the house was originally used as a one-room schoolhouse for both the children of owner Thomas Stanton and some local Native American children. Eventually, major renovations were made, and the single-room schoolhouse was built into a mansion, which later became an inn after the Revolutionary War. Because of the large amount of gamblers and travelers passing through during Prohibition, the Stanton Inn is considered a hotbed of paranormal activity where generally mild-mannered ghosts roam the haunted bed and breakfast. Several visitors have reported witnessing ghostly apparitions, and some who stay in the Washington Room claim to have actually been touched by unseen forces. Number 4. Ghost City Inn. In 1890, the Ghost City Inn was a boarding house for managers overseeing the gold mines. It also served as a restaurant before it was converted into a bed and breakfast around 1994. The remodel brought the cozy rooms and cheerful decor back to life. And now the Ghost City Inn boasts great views of Sedona's Red Rocks and Verde Valley. Several guests have reported supernatural activity such as unidentified voices, slamming doors, and apparitions, specifically of a female spirit in the Cleopatra Hill Room. For those of you who are a little more adventurous, you can take a short walk into town. Will take you to the Crib District, where it's believed by several residents that the sad spirits of town's former prostitutes are known to wander. Number 3. The Red Garter. If you're a fan of the Old West, the Red Garter might be an interesting place for you to stay. This old-time bordello on Saloon Row was restored to its former glory from the 1890s. An old-time spirit, long-haired beauty the ghost of Eve, has been said to make occasional appearances in the bed and breakfast, which has 4 rooms, each boasting its own bathroom. The ghost of Eve is known to be quite reclusive, not necessarily making regular appearances. For those to whom she does make her presence known, it's generally with a subtle gesture, like a slight brush of the arm or a late-night trip up and down the stairs. Also nearby the Red Garter, you can find some of the area's historic and natural wonders, like the Grand Canyon, Sedona, and Route 66. Number 2. The National Hotel. Jamestown is located in California's Gold Country. It's one of several towns where spirits are reported to still roam the streets, some pining away for lost loves and others still searching for their lost fortune. At the National Hotel, Flo, one of the inn's many spirits, has apparently lingered since she followed her love to the National Hotel in 1859. It turns out that her fiancé, Henry, was tragically murdered in the hotel's lobby. Soon after, Flo died of a broken heart. Local residents claim that Flo is gentle and somewhat harmless. She likes to play light-hearted pranks like dumping out suitcases or switching off lights. But occasionally, guests report hearing a woman sobbing in the hotel. Flo is said to spend most of her time on the second floor, although the bed and breakfast contains 9 rooms filled with period antiques and frilly curtains. Number 1. The Myrtles Plantation. Southern charm is in full effect in this antebellum mansion. This glorious plantation was built in 1796 and still boasts the southern charm of cozy rockers on the wide veranda, 11 guest rooms with stained glass, crystal chandeliers, antique furnishings, and 10 acres of towering oaks. Guests who've stayed at the Myrtles Plantation claim to have had encounters with several of the plantation's ghosts, an interesting group of spirits, including a former plantation slave named Chloe who allegedly poisoned the family of the house and was subsequently hanged as punishment. The grand piano is said to be the most haunted spot in the house. Located on the first floor, it often plays itself. The hallway mirror is apparently another hot spot, where apparitions of the souls who were killed in the house are said to sometimes appear to guests. If you like this video, why not hit that like button and remember to hit the subscribe button for more videos every 2 days.